Good morning, everybody. Today we will discuss about Chapter 5 Geography Industry. Industry. Have you ever given a thought to the fact that the notebook you use for writing has come to you after a long process of manufacturing? It started its life as part of a tree. It was cut down and transported to the pulp mill. There, the wood of the tree was processed and converted into wood pulp. The wood pulp was mixed with chemicals and finally changed into paper by machine. The paper found its way to the press where ink made from chemicals was used to print the lines on the pages. The pages were then bound in the form of notebook, packed and sent to the market for sale. Finally, it reached your hand. This process is industry. Industry refer to an economic activity that is concerned with production of goods, extraction of minerals, or the provision of services. Thus, we have iron and steel industry, production of goods, coal mining industry, extraction of coal, and tourism industry, service provider. Now, classification of industry. Classification of industry bases on raw material and size and ownership. Based on raw material industry, agro-based industry, mineral-based industry, and marine-based industry, and forest-based industry. According to the size, large-scale industry and small-scale. Basis of ownership, private sector industry, joint sector, cooperative, and public. According to raw material, agro-based, they use plants and animals based product as they are raw material. Example are cotton, textile, and vegetable oil, etc. Mineral based, they are primary industry that use mineral or as they are raw material. The product of these industries feed other industries. Example, railway coaches and machinery. Marine based, they use product from the sea and oceans as raw material. Example are fish oil and seafood. Forest based industry, they utilize forest produce as raw material. Example are wax, gum, paper, etc. On the basis of raw material, different type of example. See the picture like cotton, woolen, jute, silk, textile, rubber, sugar, tea, coffee, and edible oil. Mineral based industry, see the picture, iron and steel and cement factory, aluminium industries, and petrochemical field. Marine based industry, seafood and fish oil. Forest based, see the picture, manufacturing the paper and size. According to the size, industry classified two types: small scale industry and large scale industry. Type of small scale industry are cottage or household, and large scale industry produce in large volume of production. Small scale industry, example of small scale industries are basket weaving, pottery and other handicraft. An example of large scale industry are textile industry and thermal industries. Small scale industries use lesser amount of capital and technology. In large scale industry, investment of capital is higher, technology is used more. Small scale industry, see the picture where investment is small, and cottage industry, and here large scale industry where large investment and technology is used. Next is according to ownership, private sector industry, private sector and joint sector, cooperative sector and public. At first we can say private sector industry, they are owned and operated by individual or group of individuals, and the joint sector industry, they are owned and operated by the state and individual or a group of individuals. Cooperative, they are owned and operated by the producer or supplier of raw materials, workers, or both. Now last is public sector industry. They are owned and operated by the government. See the example private industry, Tata and Bajaj and Reliance, Orient, etc. Example of private industry or private sector. And second is Joint Oil India Limited, where state and individual person set up the industry. And next is cooperative industry, where is supplier and producer investment, for example handloom industry and food processing industry and dairy product industry, also example of cooperative sector industry. Now public sector industry, public like government, and BHEL and SAIL, SAIL, it is the example of public sector industry. And factors needed for industries, there are important factors, for example availability of raw materials, land, water and labor, power, and capital, transport, market, etc. Now location factor of industry, see the picture where industrial region emerges when a number of industries locate close to each other and share the benefit of their closeness. Industrial system, input, process and output. At first, input, for example raw material, labor, transport, power, land, and process, converting raw material into finished product. And finally result, output, end product and income earned in it. It is industrial system. Major industrial regions: Eastern North America, Western Europe, Central Europe, Eastern Europe and Eastern Asia. And major industrial regions in India: Mumbai, Pune cluster and Bangalore, Tamil Nadu region, Hooghly region, Ahmedabad and Chota Nagpur industrial belt, Vishakhapatnam and Gurugram, Delhi, Meerut region and Kollam, Thiruvananthapuram industrial cluster. Major industries: iron and steel industry, textile industry and information technology. Now I will talk about iron and steel industry. World distribution: Germany, USA, Japan, Russia and China. The world major industry are the iron and steel industry. Leading producer in the world, USA, and leading producer in India, Jharkhand. Jharkhand is very important for iron and steel industry. And iron and steel input, process and output. Iron input, iron ore, coal, limestone, labor, capital and site. Process, converting iron ore, or we can say raw material, iron ore into steel. Output, steel which may be used by other industries as raw material. Iron and steel property and uses. Steel is tough and it can easily be shaped, cut or made iron into wire. Special alloys of steel can be made by adding small amounts of other metals such as aluminium, nickel and copper. Alloys give steel unusual hardness, toughness or ability to resist rust. Steel is often called the backbone of modern industry, and almost everything we can use is either made of iron or steel or has been made with tools and machinery of these metals. Ships, trains, trucks and autos are made from steel. Oil wells are drilled with steel machineries. See the picture, iron and steel industry. And in India, Jamshedpur is the center of iron and steel industry. Before 1947, there was only one iron and steel plant in the country, Tata Iron and Steel Company Limited. It was privately owned, and after independence, the government took the initiative and set up the several iron and steel plants. TISCO was started in 1907, and in world level, Petersburg is the center of iron and steel industry. It is important started a steel city of the United States of America. The steel industry at Petersburg enjoy locational advantages. Some of the raw materials such as coal is available and locally, while the iron ore comes from the iron mines. And today very few of the large steel mills are in Petersburg itself. They are located in the valleys of the nearby river, and the Petersburg area has many factories other than steel mills. These use steel as their raw material to make many different products such as railroad equipments and heavy machinery and rails. Thank you.